Vandeham Shri Guru Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsam.
Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Pariprashna, episode number 65. So until now, it's been quite a smooth ride in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's been, very feel-good chapter kind of a thing. So we started off with the Suta Goswami and Shaunakadi Rishi's question and answers in Naimisharanya. And then we saw this whole episode of Kunti Maharani's prayers, the Pandavas. And then we also saw the meeting of Maharaj Parikshit with Shukadeva Goswami. And then we also witnessed the meeting of Vidura Maitreya. And before that, Vidura interacting with Uddhava, the creation, Sarga, Visarga, Brahma Narada Samvada. And then we also saw the Devahuti, Kapila Samvada, Kardama Muni's austerity and the greatness. And then we also saw through this canto number 4, the pastime between Lord Shiva, Daksha Prajapati and Sati. And then we witnessed the beautiful pastime, the glories of Dhruva Maharaj and then Prutu Maharaj. And then in the previous episode, it was also very nice to hear all these beautiful prayers, the Rudra Gita, the song sung by Lord Shiva as a way of instructing Prachetas. But my dear friends, get ready. Now it's going to be quite uncomfortable because Bhagavatam is going to switch gears. Until now, when they were talking about devotees, it was very nice. But now it's going to be the story about you and me. It's going to be like holding a mirror to us, the hidden story, the hidden journey of the soul in the form of an allegorical story called Puranjana. So brace yourself. It's going to be quite a journey. It's going to be feeling like as though we are being exposed. But hey, it's bitter truth and we have to be ready for it. So let's get ready to dive into this amazing section. So I have still not come to terms with processing it. So maybe the discussion, the inquiry that we are going to make with Maharaj is going to help us process that more. So let us go ahead and discuss today a very profound chapter, chapter number 25 of Canto 4 Srimad Bhagavatam, called The Descriptions of the Characteristics of Puranjana. So Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So Maharaj, as I was just describing, the way the whole flow was going was that in the previous chapter we saw Maharaj Prachina Barhishat, he instructed his 10 sons called the Prachetas to go and perform austerity so they can get ready to get into the householder life and procreate. And even before they could perform the austerity, Lord Shiva appears and he sings this beautiful Rudra Gita. But why is there a switch in the flow of the story? Why does Bhagavatam interrupt that flow? And instead of continuing the Pracheta story, why is it going back and forth? Why is it switching to the story of Prachina Barhishat? So why this switch in the flow of the entire Bhagavatam story?
So the question arose when the Prachetas were doing austerities. Lord Shiva came and gave knowledge. What was his father doing? That is the question. While Lord Shiva is delivering the Prachetas by speaking pure devotional service, now Narada is delivering his father, their father, that is Prachina Barhi, and by speaking about Jnana, Vairagya and Bhakti through an allegorical story of Puranjana to show that Karma Kanda is though Vedic, but that is not the goal of life. Now we start thinking. Narada became very, very merciful. He thought, Dhruva, I delivered Dhruva. He is a great devotee. Now, in the dynasty of Dhruva, there is one king called Prachina Barhi. So, and this king has been completely captivated by karma. He is just thinking that I'll just perform karma, and that is the goal of life. So I need to save him. So it is the extreme compassion of Narada, seeing the connection of Prachina Bharhi, who is in line in the dynasty of Dhruva Maharaj. So he wanted to deliver. Whenever a devotee, when a pure devotee is there, so now his generations, his dynasty is delivered because of mercy of devotees.
Mhm.
So as much as Lord Shiva showed mercy, without Prachetas calling, Lord Shiva came and gave Rudra Gita to them. As much as Lord Shiva is merciful, the same way Narada is also merciful.
Mhm.
That he went to Prachina Bharhi to give transcendental knowledge and deliver him from the cycles of this karma.
Mhm. So, Maharaj, that is a good segue to my next question. So, you did touch upon the compassion of Narada Muni, and you also said, as much as Shiva was merciful that he came uninvited, similarly, Narada Muni, not only here, he has this deep compassion. Wherever he is needed, he appears unsolicited, unrequested for. Yudhishthir Maharaj was lamenting, he appeared there. So many places. Vyasa Maharshi was despondent, he appeared there. Dhruva Maharaj was in the forest, he appeared there. Now also Prachina Barhi not necessarily invited him, he appeared there. So, this compassion coupled with Narad Muni's ability to meet the person where they are. So, here Prachina Barhi is a karma kandi, but however, what we see is Narad Muni is not necessarily condemning him, but out of his compassion, he is trying to deliver him, enlighten him in a way that is suited to him. So, what can aspiring preachers, current preachers, can learn from Narad Muni to be able to meet the person where they are and connect them ena kena prakarena to bhakti?
If the principle of a preacher is to show compassion, then Krishna gives the intelligence, that is ena kena prakarena.
Mhm.
So the past my 28 years of experience in ISKCON, I've seen that the situations have changed many times. So depending on the situation or the circumstance, one has to adapt to spread Krishna consciousness.
Mhm.
Srila Prabhupada did the same thing. If Srila Prabhupada had followed the traditional methodology of preaching Krishna consciousness, then he would have not able to establish ISKCON.
Mhm.
So one has to find innovative means to spread Krishna consciousness. Of
Okay.
course, keeping the traditional values and principles intact. So in the details of executing the Krishna consciousness philosophy, of spreading Krishna consciousness philosophy, they change. For example, this podcast and all these things were never there many years back. But this corona brought some revolution.
Mhm.
Everybody is on the internet doing some podcasts and all these things. So this is another way of adapting one's style of preaching Krishna consciousness.
Mhm.
So during Corona time, I was very much reluctant to do all these things, but somehow then I found it is necessary.
Mhm.
How can you reach people if you are just holding on to some primitive means of preaching Krishna consciousness?
Mhm.
So you had to design ways and means. Prabhupada also did it.
Mhm.
The same Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada said one has to present it in such a way it is interesting to the audience.
Mhm.
So that's what it is.
Yeah. So Maharaj, I'm jumping to verses 7 and 8. Narada uvacha bhobov prajapate rajan pashun pashyat tvayadvare samnyapitan jiva sangan nirghranen nirgranena sahasrashah. The great saint Narada said, O ruler of the citizens, my dear king, please see in the sky those animals which you have sacrificed without compassion and without mercy in the sacrificial arena. एते त्वां सम्प्रतीक्षन्ते स्मरन्तो वैशसं तव सम्परेतम् अयकूटैश्चिन्दन्त्युत्थितमन्यवः. All these animals are awaiting your death so that they can avenge the injuries you have inflicted upon them After you die, they will angrily pierce your body with iron horns. So, Maharaj, what is the necessity that Narad Muni is not only verbally instructing him but visually showing him all these animals? Look at the sky. They're all just waiting with the iron horns to pierce you. And similarly, in the Chitraketu Maharaj's pastime also, they literally bring the dead child, Harshashoka, back to life and instruct through him. So it will be more impactful. So what is the impact that Narad Muni is trying to create here by visually showing Prachina Barhi, look at all these animals?
Narada had the power to show. It's not that the animals are waiting there.
Mhm.
So they are waiting. Prachina thought that I have done a very good thing. I have got punya. By doing karma, I get punya. But Narada says, no, they'll cut your head with the iron horns. So it indicates that it's just a question of time, that's all. You are thinking by doing these sacrifices, you have done a great thing. But actually, they are all waiting for you. So Narad Muni, he thought that that this king is so much engrossed in karma and completely attached. If I directly sell some philosophy, then it will not be able to. He will not be able to understand. So I had to tell some story. By saying a story, generally my people's mind is attracted. Those who are in passion, especially children, women, they want stories. Oh, stories. Oh, let's sit to story. So now Narada, he used a story, an allegorical story, to explain to Prachina Barhi. Well, I'm going to speak a story about you only, but it will not be directly talking about you, indirectly. That is called Anjasa. Bhagavatam speaks in all the three ways. Tena arthena anjasa. Tasmascha siddhartam navaname lakshanam. Varnayanti mahatma shrutena arthena chanjasa. So like a master speaking to the servant, that is shrutena. Like the Vedas language is like that. And arthena, like a Puranic language, is a friend speaking to a friend. The language of the Kavya is the lover speaking to the beloved, always indirect. So here Narada, using the means of Kavya, an indirect allegorical story, but actually by speaking that story is conveying the same meaning, what he wanted to say, direct meaning. So in Sanskrit language is something called Alankara Shastra. Alankara means the different metaphors or similes, examples. They're all called Alankara Shastra. Aprastutta Prashmana. That is one of the Alankaras. By saying something, conveying a message by saying something which is different. Aprastuta means it is not present. He feels that, okay, I'm hearing a story, but actually he is saying his own story. Prashamsa. Aprastuta. It is not present, but actually calling him only. So in this way, Narada, he conveys the meaning of what he wanted to say in an indirect way to Prachina Barhi.
Okay. So Maharaj, besides the fondness that everybody has for a story, regardless of who is this, the moment we say once upon a time, I have a whole program called Once Upon a Time. So everybody's ears straighten is like, what happened once upon a time? Who, where, what? Everybody is eager. So is it also more effective because we kind of bypass the ego of a person? Because generally, if we say instructive, anybody gets naturally defensive. No, I am not like that. But if we say it through somebody, it's not about you, through somebody. So is it a very good way of bypassing somebody's false ego?
Yeah, definitely. Like the moment you said that you had a program called Once Upon a Time, even I had it. I know what is this Once Upon a Time? What is this program all about?
Yeah.
Ekadat. Even the Bhagavatam starts with this
Yes.
story. Once upon a time, Ekadat Mneha Pratapathotatmya.
Yeah.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time. That means
Yeah.
not regarding me, Keep me aside. I want to hear about somebody else, not about me, because that means he's not or she's not talking about me. So I'm very safe.
Yeah.
That is why, for those who are in passion, you cannot directly say you're an idiot, you're a fool, you're attached, get out of this house. You cannot tell that.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are very much in distress, very much attached, in these two conditions, direct instructions don't work.
Mm-hmm.
You should always give indirect instructions. That is how most of the masses are cultivated by the Vedic sages. You have Panchatantra.
Mm-hmm.
The stories, all stories. Now, after telling a story, when they are so excited about the story, so then the teacher himself asks, what is the moral of the story?
Mm-hmm.
Then they say that story, then realization automatically happens. So that is how the Vedic system is Shrutena, Arthena, Anjasa.
Mm-hmm.
If you directly tell, people's ego is hurt, they feel, who are you to tell me?
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the sattvic souls, they hear directly. You say you're a fool. Yes, I'm a fool. Accept, because you require that kind of sattva to accept reality. When you don't have it, then you have to use the indirect means.
Mm-hmm.
Tena arthena anjasa.
Okay. Continue, Maharaj. Okay. So, Maharaj, for the rest of this chapter, it's pretty much going to be both of our presentations going to be run on a parallel railway track kind of a thing. So, what I will be presenting is the external description given by Narada. And if you can kindly expound the internal meaning of what I'm saying, then that way it will be a parallel Jugalbandi type. So, I'll give the external, you give the internal.
Yeah.
अत्र ते कथयिष्येमम् इतिहासं पुरातनं पुरञ्जनस्य चरितं निबोध गदतो मम. In this connection, I wish to narrate an old story connected with the character of a king called Puranjana. Please try to hear me with great attention. So, Maharaj, who is this Puranjana? What does Puranjana literally mean? The main character of the story.
Puranjana, Pura means the city. Jana means person is living in a city. So this Pura, this body is the Pura, and the person who is living in the body is the soul.
Mm-hmm.
So Janayati Puram means one who, there is a story about a person who is living in the body. So in one sense, Narada is saying that the story is about you, about you, who is doing an activity which involves in giving birth to bodies. And also he says that it is Pura, Itihasam, Puratanam. It is old story because this story started before you entered the womb of your mother. That means it is very old. Many, many lifetimes you've taken.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not just a story of this life, it's a story of many, many lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same story which is repeating every life.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how the word Puratanam and Puranjana is explained. You hear Nibodada, Nadato Mama, I'm going to speak about you, but if I'm going to speak about you, if I tell directly, then why are you speaking about me? Oh, no, I want to hear something else, somebody else's story. Like you have Ramayana going on in your house, but you don't want to discuss about it.
Yeah.
You want to discuss about the Mahabharata of somebody else's somebody else's house.
Yeah.
So indirectly you talk about him. That's the way.
So Puranjana, you said two things. One is he is the dweller in the city and he is the creator of the body. So it is safe to say he is the jiva, the soul.
Yes, Jiva.
Okay. Going forward, Maharaj. Asit Puranjano nama Raja Rajan Brihatravaha Tasya Vijnata Namasit Saka Vijnata Cheshtitaha. My dear king, once in the past lived a king named Puranjana who was celebrated for his great activities. He had a friend named Avijnata, the unknown one. No one could understand the activities of Avijnata. So who is Avijnata, Maharaj, his unknown friend?
So the Avijnata is none other than Supreme Lord who is there in everybody's heart. And now his Puranjana has been described here as Raja. Raj means to exist. And he is known as Raja because he exists within the body, the soul. And he's also Shravaha. Because the soul is very famous in producing this happiness and distress. Many times we are always interested in happiness and distress, the happiness. I want to become happy. So, Atmakatha, many people say, oh, I got this, my life is like this, my life is like this. And also people like to hear about them. That is the reason it's very famous. And everybody wants to hear about themselves. That is why he is Raja Brihatrava has been used. Tasya Avijnata Nama Sita. He had a friend who is known as Avijnata. And his name is unknown. And also Cheshtitaha, his activities are also unknown. Vijnata Cheshtitaha, Vijnata. Who is that person who is always within our heart but still unknown? He is the Supreme Lord, he is Paramatma. So, and his activities are also unknown because he is Upadrashta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara. He is seeing us, but still we don't know. We think I'm alone. So somebody is alone in the room and he's doing some sinful activity and thinking, oh, nobody is seeing. But the Supreme Lord is seeing. And that is why the Paramatma has been described as Avijnata Cheshtitaha. So these activities are of the Paramatma, the friend who is in the heart, is unknown. Yeah.
Okay. Sonveshamana sharanam bhabrama prativim prabhuhu nanurupam yada vindad abhutsa vimana iva. King Puranjana began to search for a suitable place to live, and thus he traveled all over the world. Even after a great deal of traveling, he could not find a place just to his liking. Finally, he became morose and disappointed. I'll just present the next one also. King Puranjana had unlimited desires for sense enjoyment. Consequently, he traveled all over the world to find a place where all his desires could be fulfilled. Unfortunately, he found a feeling of insufficiency everywhere. That city, one second. Once, while wandering in this way, he saw on the southern side of the Himalayas, in a place named Bharatavarsha, India, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. So, Maharaj, if you can shine some light on him wandering all over the place, he has so many desires and he's feeling very morose, he's not able to fulfill, and then finally looks like he's found a suitable place. So, what is that place he found?
So, that place is the body.
Which body?
The body, what we
human body. Okay.
Human city has 9 gates. So what is the meaning of wandering around? That means he wandered around various births, various bodies, and ultimately he found this human body. Mm. Now, what happened is that Nanu Rupam Yada Vindatta Bhutsa Vimana Iva. Vimana Iva actually is very much distressed, very much into suffering. He was not actually. He was suffering, but he never felt that he's suffering. That is the problem. So he thought, oh, I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to enjoy. I got this body. So when he got the body by the means by which he can enjoy, then he is thinking of the objects of enjoyment. He's searching out. Then he is searching out which is the best place, which is the best place, where to go, suitable place. Then ultimately, where did he come? He came to Bharata. Even this is the best place in the whole planet. Because if you're in America, then of course at that time there was no electricity and all maybe. So it's so cold. So India is a very good place where the temperatures are quite nice and everything is fine. So the land of Bharata, it may not just refer to this India at present. This land of Bharata is actually referring to the entire earth. Yeah, it is not just the India part of it. Of course, it has been written in India. Entire earth. And specifically, it is the Bharata, the present India. The reason is karma is done here. Because the southern side of the Himalayas, people are more interested in karma, means performing Vedic rituals. Other places, they do karma, but they're not following the Vedic rituals as strictly as it should be. Then he saw a Pura. Pura means, again, human body, where he can stay, that is, and perform karma. That means he was born in a very high-class family.
Okay. Okay, great. So he found the city, he found his body. So let's see the description of the interiors of the city, and then we will talk about the outskirts of the city. Prakaropavanata natala parikair akshatoranaihi swarnaraupyaya shringaihi sankulam sarvato grihaihi. That city was surrounded by walls and parks, and within it were towers, canals, windows, outlets. The houses there were decorated with domes made of gold, silver, and iron. The floors of the houses in that city were made of sapphire, crystal, diamonds, pearls, emeralds, and rubies. Because of the luster of the houses in the capital, the city was compared to the celestial town named Bhogavati. In that city, there were many assembly houses, street crossings, streets, restaurants, gambling houses, markets, resting places, flags, festoons, and beautiful parks. All these surrounded the city. So, if you can talk about this wonderful city, seems like wonderful, but it's a trap.
Yeah, everybody thinks that their body is so wonderful. But Shariram Vyadhi Manjana, so many diseases.
Yeah.
Just remove the skin, you will find out. But if you talk about it directly, then Prachinamani will be offended. Oh, what you're saying. So he has to talk something which is attractive. So the walls, it had walls. The wall means the skin. The body's wall is the skin. Then it had groves, prakaropavana, upavana. These upavanas are sense objects. The object of the senses, like for the nose, it is a smell. For the touch, it is a soft things. And also, prakaropavana tala means those who are which is very high. That is the mouth. And also, prakritaihi means the different the hairs which are growing. And also the gates. What are the gates? 9 gates are there. These 9 gates. 2 eyes, the nostrils, the ears, the mouth, the anus, and the genitals. So the eyes and other aspects are the gates, because every city has gates, and it's also a gate. And Swarna Ropyaya Shaihi Shringaihi, the gold, silver, and iron. Swarna Ropyaya Shaihi Shringaihi. So these 3 refers to Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. Your body is made up of Kapha, Pitta, Vata, or it refers to the modes of nature, that is Sattva, Rajas, Tama. There is a connection between Sattva, Rajas, Tama and Kapha, Pitta, Vata, Panch Mahabhutas and all. Of course, these 3, when you say 3, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, or it refers to Sattva, Rajas, Tama. And Sankulan Sarvato Grihaihi, Sringaihi Sankulan Sarvato Grihaihi. And there are so many grihas, houses. So what are the houses within the city? This body has many houses. It talks about the different chakras in the body, the Shat chakras, and different subtle aspects where the prana functions. There are different houses. And these palace where he was staying, it is made up of the sapphire, the crystal, and the emeralds, the rubies, Neela, Spatika, Vaidurya, Mukta, Marakata, Arunaihi, Klipta, so many different. And then the city was like Bhogavati. So what is this Bhogavati? Bhogavati is in the Patala Loka, where the Nagas are there. It's very opulent, more opulent than Swarga. But the only problem is there is no sun rays. So just imagine you are having all the objects of enjoyment, there is no sunlight. So it's actually suffering. It seems to be pleasure, but it is not. You just cannot go out. Like in my apartments in Europe and America, everything is there. You have heater, you have to eat anything, everything is first class. But the only problem is that you just cannot go out because it's very cold outside. There's no sun. It's suffering. So I used to wonder when people used to say, Westerners used to come and say, oh, this summer, we have a nice time this summer. And they would say that, oh, we have nice sun. I used to wonder what they say. So when I went to Europe, Sweden, then I understood what they are saying. It's when the sun comes, they are so happy. I told, we see the sun every day in India.
Yeah. Yes.
It is. They're so happy about it. That it shows that how even though you have all the enjoyment, no sun, it's very gloomy. So Bhagavati is like that. There's a lot of enjoyment, but it's gloomy enjoyment. So that is why a perfect example is given that of Bhagavati. There is no sun. And there are so many jewels which are being described here. They actually talk about the nadi. There are so many nerves which pass through the backbone, Shushumna. There are many nadis which pass through. And by testing the nadi, you will come to know what is a person's health. There are different places which are made up of different rubies, etc. They talk about the main part, the heart, throat, etc. Yeah.
Okay. What about these assembly houses, gambling houses, street crossings, restaurants, market, resting place, flag festival?
Yeah. So these Sabha Chatvara means intersection, that is Chauraha. And Ratyabhir. Sabha means where does the king sit? That is a sabha. That is the heart.
Okay.
The jiva is sitting in the region of the heart. And the place where there are intersections, and it refers to the place where the foot passes the mouth, and where there is a intersection of these E and T, E and T, ENT specialist, ear, nose, throat, and of course there's connection with eyes also. So these are the intersection part of this. There are the main roads which are Akridayatana Panehi. These main streets, they are the main veins and arteries of the subtle forms of the veins and arteries which go through the spine. They are known as Shushumna, Ida, Pingala. These are technical words in the Ayurveda. There are some 72,000 nerves pass through the spine.
Wow.
And the modern science have no idea about it. Spine is something very important. Like that is why they say if you have the spine to fight or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't say you don't have arms and muscles to fight. It's called spine. Then the gambling houses are the gross senses. You have the gross senses. Means this is nose, but the instrument of the nose. It's actually not nose. Nose is in the mind. The nose, what you show as nose, is actually instrument of the nose. And there is there are shops, a resting area, stage made of coral, and all these things are there. Say resting place. What is a resting place? That is chitta. And the marketplace is the brain, because all the functions happen in the marketplace. There's brain, and there is subtle brain that is called chitta. And also there are flags, decorated with flags and banners. And what are these flags? Flags. These flags is to show that I am the Supreme Lord. Right. But actually, you are not. So when you say that I am the Supreme Lord, if you forget the Supreme Lord, that shows that you are having irsha. The purpose of you being in this world is because of enviousness towards Krishna.
Okay.
Ichcha dvesha samutvena dvandva mohena bharata. The very purpose of Puranjana coming to this world is because of irsha, because of enviousness to the Lord. So this flag shows that he's envious. And he also showed that he was a Vidruma Vedibihi. He has got Kam Vidruma Vedibihi. He's sitting on the throne, and he has many, because he's a king, he has got many ministers. That shows that he wants to advertise himself. You see, I am the king, and these are all ministers. So basically, the whole description is about a person who is filled with ahankara.
Okay. So now let's move a little bit to the outskirts of the city after a very detailed description of the city itself. On the outskirts of that city were many beautiful trees and creepers encircling a nice lake. Also surrounding that lake were many groups of birds and bees that were always chanting and humming. The branches of the trees standing on the bank of the lake received particles of water carried by the spring air from the falls coming down from the city mountain. In such an atmosphere, even the animals of the forest became non-violent and non-envious like great sages. Consequently, the animals did not attack anyone. Over and above everything was the cooing of the cuckoos. Any passenger passing along that path was invited by that atmosphere to take rest in that nice garden. Yeah, okay, next we'll move to the next part. So a little bit on the outskirts of the city, Maharaj.
So these are all talking about the sense objects. After talking about the body and the senses, he's talking about the sense objects. Outside the city is a grove of beautiful trees and creepers. These are all the sense objects. The pond, resounding with the cries of the flocks of birds and humming bees. Now, first talks ears. For the ears, what all good sounds are there in this world? They are different. And skin, cool breeze, etc., etc. And ears, you require sound, the cuckoos, and for the taste, we saw those animals because sacrifice, and then you take the meat of the animals. So in this way, basically, these verses talk about the different sense objects.
Okay. Okay, we talked about the senses and sense objects. Let's see, he's going to find somebody interesting in the garden. So while wandering here and there in that wonderful garden, King Puranjana suddenly came in contact with a very beautiful woman who was walking there without any engagement. She had 10 servants with her, and each servant had hundreds of wives accompanying him. The woman was protected on all sides by a five-hooded snake. She was very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. The woman's nose, teeth, and forehead were all very beautiful. Her ears were equally very beautiful and were bedecked with dazzling earrings. The waist and hips of the woman were very beautiful. She was dressed in a yellow sari with a golden belt. While she walked, her ankle bells rang. She appeared exactly like a denizen of the heavens. So, Maharaj, if you can talk about who is this woman that he is coming in contact with?
The woman is Tamasa Buddhi,
Mhm.
which you call as intelligence these days. It's actually not intelligence, it is Tamasa Buddhi, intelligence which is covered with tamas. So, how can you say somebody is having tamas and intelligence? Yes. One can be really a big intelligent fool. Intelligent fool. If he's ordinary fool, fine, but the intelligent fool, very, very dangerous, isn't it? Sripa Shankaracharya talks about this intelligent fool. Says, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Muda Mate. Muda means fool, Mate means intelligent. The intelligent fool. So the more a person is intelligent, the so-called intelligent in this world, actually the bigger the fool is he. Because he is just engaging all his intelligence in designing ways and means to enjoy. So enjoyment is foolishness, and you are more intelligent means you're trying to enjoy where you are not. You're not the enjoyer, but still you're trying to enjoy and using all your intelligence. That means your intelligence has become subservient to your foolishness. That means you more intelligent you are, that means the bigger the fool you are. So he found this lady. The lady whom he found was very beautiful, was intelligent. Why is she called beautiful? Because beauty attracts. And the intelligent thing attracts and thinks that by this intelligence I can enjoy more. I can be happy more, but it's not possible. Like a woman, somebody thinks is a beautiful woman, let me go and enjoy. It's not possible. She just cannot be object of your enjoyment. Now, she was found. It is not that he wanted to find a woman. She just came by herself. So this shows that the jiva, intelligence of the jiva, tamasa buddhi, is without any cause. Cause means that I wanted, it happened, so no. Because the bondage is because of intelligence. Prabhupada says, intelligence is a next door neighbor of the soul. So when the intelligence is corrupted, then gone. Because the lust stays indriya and manaha buddhi. Indriyani mano buddhir yasya adhisthana uchyate. And the lust is in the senses, indriya, or even at the level of mind, it can be conquered. But once it encapsulates the intelligence, or it attacks the intelligence, intelligence becomes corrupted, gone. There is no way of return. So, See, oh, Prachina Bhari. This
Who is the intelligent? This woman who is so
intelligent. Don't be attracted. But when you got attracted, then all the things happen. All the problems starts. So the trees which have been described in various forms, these are the sense objects. These birds are attractive. In the previous verse, I talked about the birds for the sound. And how are you going to enjoy these sense objects? These sense objects can be enjoyed only when there is intelligence. So this woman whom he found in the forest, she is going to introduce to all the sense objects and then going to tell the soul, this is how you should enjoy, this is how you should enjoy, this is how you should enjoy. Yeah.
Why is this tamasika buddhi represented like it is something outside? Isn't it part of our subtle body? So it should be within. Why is it depicted outside?
Ultimately, it is an allegorical story. That is the reason these descriptions are given like this. If you say that intelligence you already have inside, and because there is no question of any inside and outside for something which is subtle. Like for example, if I say, where is your mind? Oh, my mind is in my house. So you just cannot say intelligence, mind, and ego, though they are called internal organs, they are spread everywhere. So they are not just so gross to identify inside, outside. That's the thing.
And why is there no mention of ahankara, false ego? But isn't that a bigger culprit? You said intelligence is the next door neighbor of the soul, but even above that is ahankara.
They are not different from each other. Ahankara is called in tamasa buddhi. There are two different names. That's all. The intelligence, what you say, that is the product of tamasa buddhi projecting through mode of passion. That is the intelligence in mind, intelligence, and false ego. The intelligence is different from the tamasa buddhi what we are speaking here. This tamasa buddhi is what is being described here. It's tamasa buddhi. That is actually, in one sense, in ahankara only.
Okay, that's a revelation, because I was thinking mind, intelligence, ego. Intelligence is only tamasa buddhi, but now you're saying it's not that intelligence, it's actually ahankara.
Yeah. That is why it is always said the intelligence with ignorance, which is known as tamasa buddhi.
Okay. And she is protected by a five-hooded snake. Who is this five-hooded snake that she is protected by?
The five pranas.
Okay.
Pranas.
Okay.
So pranas and intelligence, they are connected with each other. So as long as the pranas are there, then the intelligence is functioning in the particular body. Once the pranas they leave, then the intelligence has to leave the body and then go.
Okay.
That is why they are the doorkeepers. The five-headed snake. The five-headed snake is nothing but the pancha pranas.
Okay.
And
yes, ma'am.
she attracted a husband. The intelligence with ignorance attracts the jiva. Like every woman is trying to find out, who is going to protect me, who's going to protect me. So then she attracts the jiva. And she's been described as Kama Rupini. So many ornaments she was wearing. That means she had the previous impressions. That the tamasa buddhi brings the previous impressions, sanskaras, vasanas.
So who is alluring who here? Jiva is allured to Tamasa Buddhi. Tamasa Buddhi is also Kama Rupini. She is also seeking a husband. Like there's a mutual attraction between the both.
Yeah, mutual attraction is there because the ignorance is there in the jiva that I am the enjoyer.
Mm-hmm.
But to enjoy, you need to have ignorance. Without ignorance, you cannot enjoy. Like, for example, if somebody has, you see a plate which is full of so many wonderful dishes,
Mm-hmm.
then you see that, oh, I'm hungry. It's so tasty. You sit in front of the plate and it's about to eat and enjoy those dishes.
Mm-hmm.
By the time, and somebody comes and says, Prabhu, this plate belongs to such and such a person. So the moment you know this food belongs to somebody, will you eat that?
No.
As simple as that. For you to enjoy the plate, you should be ignorant of the fact that this belongs to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the jiva becomes ignorant. And then he starts thinking this world is for my enjoyment.
Mm. Okay. So, Maharaj, before we move on to the union between Puranjana and Puranjani, this attraction and repulsion. So, she is with a very great shiner. She's trying to cover her body with her sari. This attraction and repulsion said a person may be old, but attachment and hatred are always young. Krishna also talks about this in Bhagavad Gita, Raga Dvesha. So, if you can say something about this, because it is such a predominant thing, we are always flickering between this raga and dvesha, and how it is said, although we may get old, but this is very young and strong.
Raga Dvesha is young and strong because that continues your material existence.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the reason Raga and Dvesha are always strong. And if they are old, you may reject it. That is why they are young. They are gone every time.
Mm-hmm.
One Raga goes, other Raga comes. One Dvesha goes, other Dvesha comes.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, how can you continue material existence?
Mm. Okay, okay. All right. So I'm going to jump a few verses. So Puranjana sees her, he's attracted by her. The 25th verse. Puranjana, the hero, became attracted by the eyebrows and smiling face of the very beautiful girl and was immediately pierced by the arrows of her lusty desires. When she smiled shyly, she looked very beautiful to Puranjana, who, although a hero, could not refrain from addressing her. My dear lotus eyed, kindly explain to me where you are coming from, who you are, and whose daughter you are. You appear very chaste. What is the purpose of your coming here? What are you trying to do? Please explain all these things to me. So, like this, the story goes on, Maharaj. In the interest of time, I'm skipping a few verses. The interesting thing is, he is asking her all these questions. Then he is assuming or asking, are you Bhavani? Are you Saraswati? Are you Lakshmi? And also he is asking, where is that lotus bud that you were carrying that has fallen from your hand? So if you can give a little bit of background to why he is asking her, are you Bhavani? Are you Saraswati? Are you Lakshmi? Why is he assuming like that?
We know that he was attracted to her. That means the jiva in association with the tamasa buddhi. Now, when the tamasa buddhi, he gets the shelter of the tamasa buddhi, he thinks that I am the enjoyer. So when you enjoy in ignorance, then he thinks that I'll become happy. But the Supreme Lord, who is Avijñāta,
Mhm.
he knows that it is not enjoyment. And he just keeps himself aloof. Because he was completely charmed by her beauty, because intelligence is giving so much of enjoyment. This her means intelligence.
Mhm.
Then being enamored, he says, who are you? So exciting. Whom do you belong to? Hope that you don't belong to anybody else. It's me whom you belong to. You want to serve me.
Mhm.
Where are you going? Where are you coming from? So why are you here? hope that you just came for me only. So in that excitement is saying. And she has many followers. Yeah, so are these bodyguards of yours. They're very powerful. These are the senses and the mind. The snake, oh, is also wonderful. Prana, without prana, nobody can enjoy. And he says that you are Bhavani. Are you Bhavani? Are you Saraswati? Are you Lakshmi? You are alone in the forest. Now, she was a bit shy. And shyness is actually the beauty of human. Oh, you are personification of shyness. It is not just shy, you are shyness. It is not that you are shy, you are shyness. That is what he says. He says, Tvam hi bhavan yasya diva gramapatim. So, this is all that how the jiva becomes carried away by this intelligence. Now, are you Bhavani? By asking, are you husband of Lord Shiva?
The wife of Lord, yeah.
Sorry, wife of Lord Shiva? Are you Saraswati? Are you looking for Brahma? Are you Lakshmi? Are you looking for Vishnu? Hope you are not these three. You're looking for me.
Yeah.
Hope you are not. Of course, if you are, then I cannot do anything. I cannot enjoy you. So you are so wonderful. You are controlled your senses. What do you have any husband? I hope you don't have, because I want to become your husband. So you are expressing his eagerness to associate with the tamasa buddhi, by which he can enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he himself,
the lotus bud, of course. The lotus bud is there. She is carrying the lotus bud. And she is taking the lotus like this. That means forget about your intelligence now. Your viveka, good, bad, ugly. Just listen to me. I'm just going to throw it out. And now you, if at all any viveka is there, intelligence is there, that has been handed over to her. It is under her control now.
Wow. Oh, so that lotus is a discernment between right and wrong, what you're calling viveka.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this person Puranjana, he himself negates all that Bhavani, Saraswati, Lakshmi. He says, oh, greatly fortunate one, it appears that you are none of the women I have mentioned, because I see that your feet are touching the ground. But if you are some woman of this planet, you can, like the goddess of fortune, who accompanied by Lord Vishnu, increases the beauty of the Vaikuntha planets, also increase the beauty of this city by associating with me. You should understand that I am a great hero and a very powerful king on this planet. So he has proposed to her, he wants to unite with her and all that. So I'm going to skip a few verses, Maharaj, jump to 33rd verse now. The girl said, O best of human beings, I do not know who has begotten me. I cannot speak to you perfectly about this, nor do I know the names or the origin of the associates with me. So why does she say that she's completely ignorant? She's telling, I don't know who I am, I don't know who begot me, I don't know who these associates are, I know nothing.
So he was so nervous that he wanted to make sure that she's not Bhavani.
Yeah.
And he says that, okay, I hope you are not Bhavani because your feet is touching the ground. That means I can associate with you. You can also associate with me. He was expressing his eagerness. He's having questions in his mind, at the same time he's answering himself. That shows that he is so eager. Yeah.
Okay. So 35th verse. My dear gentlemen, all these men and women with me are known as my friends, and the snake who always remains awake protects the city even during my sleeping hours. So much I know, I do not know anything beyond this. So Maharaj, why this male and female distinction? She's telling there is a male friend and female attendants. Why this masculine, feminine nature of these attendants?
Because he asked her, who are these attendants? She starts saying they are male are senses and female are the actions of the senses.
Makes sense. Okay.
These are the two things. Because they are constantly connected with each other. Like their knowledge gaining senses and their working senses. And he says that I am sleeping with my associates. That is the snake. When I'm sleeping, the snake prana is still functioning. Like I sleep, I'm breathing, the pranas are active. At the same time, suttayam mai jagrati. So when I'm supta, when I'm in deep sleep, at the time the mind and intelligence is also not functioning, but the prana is still there. They're active.
Okay. You want to say something further, Maharaj? Okay. So I'm going to the 36th verse. O killer of the enemy, you have somehow or other come here. This is certainly great fortune for me. I wish all auspicious things for you. You have a great desire to satisfy your senses, and all my friends I shall try our best in all respects to fulfill your desires. Such deceptiveness. So throughout this thing, the way the Puranjani is showcased and the way she speaks, so actually she's trapping the jiva. Maybe we should not even blame her if the Puranjana is also interested. So it's like a putana thing, externally so alluring, but internally wanting to kill and degrade the soul. So if you can talk about this deceptive nature, she's telling, I wish all auspicious things. We will try our very best to satisfy you because you're looking for enjoyment.
See, why there are cheaters? Because there are many people who want to be cheated. Like somebody asked a question, why there is alcohol in the market? It's not good. So because the people want to drink alcohol. So you cannot blame the alcohol or the person who is selling alcohol. You cannot blame the cheaters because there is a market for those cheaters. That means they are buyers for cheaters. That is, they want to be cheated. So it is not good to blame the intelligence, but you have to blame yourself for being completely becoming subservient to that tamasa buddhi. So that is how she says, yeah, let's get together. I'll give all the enjoyment for you. Like somebody saying, I'll give all the cheating for you. Don't worry. You want to be cheated now? I am there now.
Yeah. Okay. So jumping to 39th verse now. You wanted to say something, Maharaj? Did I interrupt?
No.
Dharmo hyartartha kamo cha prajanando mritam yashaha loka vishoka viraja yanna kevalino viduhu. The woman continued, in this material world, a householder's life brings all kinds of happiness in religion, economic development, sense gratification, and the begetting of children, sons, and grandsons. After that, one may desire liberation as well as material reputation. The householder can appreciate the results of sacrifices which enable him to gain promotion to superior planetary systems. All this material happiness is practically unknown to the transcendentalist. They cannot even imagine such happiness. So this what she is presenting, that I will help you attain dharma, artha, and kama. Although here in Prabhupada's thing, liberation is mentioned, but in Sarartha Darshini there was no mention of moksha. So if you can talk about this little bit more.
So it is depending on the varnashrama of a person, varna of a person. And then she talks about the best thing is to have rajas mixed with sattva. Because dharma is there. And she also says that a person whose intelligence is full of tamas and sattva, they are useless people. They cannot really enjoy. The whole point is about how the cycle of continuation of birth and death happens. It is because of some Sattva and Rajas mixed together. You get a human birth. Tamas, you are there, then you go to lower species. And you are totally in Sattva, then you'll go to higher species, maybe get liberation also because of your Sattvam Sanjayate Jnanam. So, if one is like a Kshatriya who has got Rajas at the same time, some Sattva, that is very good. For such people, she likes, the intelligence likes, so that they can enjoy more. For such person in mode of ignorance, he just gets drunk and then sleeps. Person in goodness is not interested in enjoyment. So these are the kind of people, the intelligent, they are called intelligence these days. Who is intelligent? One who has got some good knowledge, at the same time he's able to do wonderful things and earn a lot of money.
Okay. So 43rd verse here, Narad Muni is continuing to speak. Narada uvacha iti tau dampati tatra samudya samayam mitah tam pravishya purim rajan mumudate shatam samaha. The great sage Narada continued, my dear king, those two, the man and the woman, supporting one another through mutual understanding, entered that city and enjoyed life for 100 years. If you can talk about this dampatya between Puranjana and Puranjani for 100 years.
So Dampatya between Puranjana and Puranjani for 100 years. 100 years, what is the meaning? 100 years means many, many lifetimes. Yeah, that's the meaning of 100 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, all those, here because it's presented as a story, it is quite descriptive and it's rather easy to understand the interaction between the jiva and the tamasa buddhi or ahankara. But in our own life, this is so subtle. A lot of time we don't even know these things are happening. We are just functioning day after day. It is just going. So how we can become more perceptive of the intermingling, the interaction between these two, the jiva and the ahankara?
First is to hear. Of course, the description is given in the purport, but after speaking the story, I think it is in the 28th or the 29th chapter, because 5 chapters talk about it.
Yeah.
Narada explains these things to Prachina Bhari. Because by telling a story, he's attracted his consciousness and then he confuses. And he's confused. Yes, I want to know something more. Yeah, now I'll tell you. So, athato brahmajigyasa. Brahmajigyasa has to be created. That is why confuse first. If you cannot convince, confuse. So you speak something which is very attractive, and in that attractive feature you add some excitement and then confusion. Then they ask question. Now athato brahmajigyasa. You ask the question, I'll speak. So by hearing the story, you are bringing a person to the mode of goodness, making the person hear the story, bringing the person to the mode of goodness. In goodness, you inquire. When you inquire, the knowledge is revealed.
Okay. So hearing Shastra is the way to become more perceptive of Jiva's interaction with all these subtle elements?
Yes. That is the Puranas are there, the Itihasas are there, Upakyanas are there. So that you attract a person's consciousness who is completely into Rajas or Tamas by speaking some story. And then gradually you attract their mind and then create some confusion in the mind. And then that is the time they ask, yes, how is it possible? Here. Now here. How is it possible? You want to hear? I'll tell you. Okay. Then you speak the philosophy. So first story, then philosophy.
Yeah. And Maharaj, also here it is highlighted the cause of bondage. How through this whole depiction between Puranjani union, it is a voluntary choice. It is the free will of Puranjana to get bound. It is not that the Lord is binding us. If you can say something about this.
Definitely. That is why when the Lord, he saw Avigyata, when these two are interacting with each other, very friendship, then he was aloof. Otherwise, he would have gone and then saved the Puranjana. When you are not interested in the Lord also becomes disinterested. That is Paramatma. Upadrashtanamanta vartha bhokta. When you become interested in Krishna, then he'll become interested in you. Yetamam prabhajyanti tamse bhajamyaham. So he thought, anyhow, he's not interested in me. So let him go. Suffer.
Okay.
The day becomes interested, then I'll talk to him.
Okay. So Maharaj, moving on to the next section, the city and its 9 gates are described. So we'll briefly touch upon this section. So, my dear king, of the 9 doors, 5 led toward the eastern side, 1 led toward the northern side, 1 led toward the southern side, and 2 led toward the western side. I shall try to give the names of these different doors. So, in the interest of time, I'm not going through all the descriptions of the different doors and through those doors where all he went, with whom he went, and all that. So, if you can explain a little bit about these 9 gates in different directions, Maharaj.
See, the eastern gates are known as Nalini and Nalini. Nala and Nala are the holes, left and right nostrils. Their left and left nostril, right nostril. And there is a presiding deity of the nose, that is Vayu, who is known as Avaduta. Here the word Avaduta has been used to show that there is a presiding deity for the nostril. And then he went out to find out his friend. Who is that friend? Saurabha. Saurabha means fragrance. The smell, the nose wants to smell. This is Saurabha. This is his friend. And in this way, all the other gates are also mentioned. That is, eastern side was a gate named Mukhya, the chief. And this chief, that is life air, the chief of the different airs. So there is one, thus this door is the topmost door, that is the mouth, where apana vayu, that is taking food, that is used. There's only one mouth that is there towards the eastern side, that is Mukhya. There is south, the gates which is facing south, known as Pitruhu. Puranjana would visit the state named Dakshina Panchala, accompanying his Sutadhara. So Dakshina Panchala, Dakshina means facing the south. So northern gate is known as Devahu. Puranjana used to go to used to go with this through this gate, Sutadhara, the name of the gate in the northern direction, Sutadhara. Through the northern direction, he went to Sutadhara, to a place known as Uttara Panchala. So it is the ear. The sense object sound here is known as Panchala. So there are 2 ears on either side. So they refer to Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. The left ear is meant for Jnana Kanda and the right ear is meant for Karma Kanda. That is why whenever you want to hear something, you hear this mantra. Mantras are heard like this. And when you are hearing some knowledge, you say, can you tell like this? Can you tell something? So it is very natural that these objects are, these things are described like this.
Okay.
And the western gate is named as Asuri. Through that gate, Puranjana would go to Gramaka, accompanied by Durmada. So this gate is, we know, it is the lower gates, that is the sense objects of the sense of procreation, the genitals. That is why it is known as Asuri. Asuri. And Gramaka means pleasure of the materialistic people. The pleasure derived by materialistic people, that is sense organ of sex. And there is one place on the western side, there is another gate known as Nirati. And Puranjana used to go to Vaishasa, combining Dhaka. This is the gate of death. Nirati is the anus. Vaishasam and Lubdhaka become greedy. This greed is indicated by this, the gate of anus, that is on the western side, 2 gates on the western side. An overview of these things.
Yeah.
Of course, these points are going to come later also.
Okay.
Because Puranjana is going to fight. So many things are going to be there.
Okay. So, Maharaj, moving on to the last section of this particular chapter, I'll just quickly read. It's a cluster of several shlokas together, actually. So, being thus entangled in different types of mental concoction and engaged in fruitive activities, King Puranjana came completely under the control of material intelligence and was thus cheated. Indeed, he used to fulfill all the desires of his wife, the queen. So, just quickly read this. It's a big translation. When the queen drank liquor, King Puranjana also engaged in drinking. When the queen dined, he used to dine with her. And when she chewed, he also chewed. When the queen sang, he also sang. When the queen cried, he also cried. When the queen laughed, he also laughed. When the queen talked loosely, he also talked loosely. When the queen walked, the king walked behind her. When the queen would stand still, the king would also stand still. And when the queen would lie down in bed, he would also follow and lie down with her. When the queen sat, he would also sit, and when the queen heard something, he would follow her to hear the same thing. When the queen saw something, the king would also look at it, and when the queen smelled something, the king would follow her to smell the same thing. When the queen touched something, the king would also touch it, and when the dear queen was lamenting, the poor king also had to follow her in lamentation. In the same way, when the queen felt enjoyment, he also enjoyed, and the queen was satisfied, the king also felt satisfaction. In this way, King Puranjana was completely captivated by his nice wife and was thus cheated. Indeed, he became cheated in his whole existence in the material world. Even against that poor foolish king's desire, he remained under the control of his wife, just like a pet animal that dances according to the order of its master. So this complete synchronization, whatever the queen is doing, the king is doing. It should be the other way down, other way around. The king should be dictating the queen, but here he's become subservient to the queen. So if you have to say something about this, Maharaj, him getting cheated thoroughly.
Yeah, everything is said already. That means the activities of the conditioned nature, he thought it is my constitutional nature. So enjoying matter is my dharma, it is my constitutional nature. That is what he thought. Where I am the Lord. That is what he thought. Though the soul is neither the enjoyer nor the Lord. And he became a demon. Ishwaroham aham bhogi, siddhoham balavan sukhi. Ishwaro aham Ishwaraha. I am the control, I am the enjoyer. Whereas he is not. He is not the control. He is not the enjoyer, but he started thinking I am the control, I am the enjoyer. Yeah.
Very nice, Maharaj. So another 4 chapters are going to continue along the same lines. Can't wait to continue to this, what is going to come next. So Maharaj, keeping the theme of Narada Muni, that earlier point that we made, his ability to meet people where they are. And he has this fantastic graph of all kinds of devotees that he has. And he's equally merciful to everybody. So I'm going to give you about a dozen different types of people of different faiths, different levels. So if you had just a sentence or two that you can share with this person, how you would somehow or other connect them to bhakti, that would be nice. So maybe this is not so apt for the rapid fire round, but I could not think of anything better, so we'll just go with it. So if you could meet an atheist who says there is no God,
then I would say there is no God, but there is prasadam for you. Take it.
okay, got it. So going from atheist to agnostic. Agnostic is he doesn't know, he doesn't believe there is God. He does not also think that there is no God. He is an inquirer, jignasu. He is still in the face of inquiring, is there a God?
Definitely, I would invite him for the Bhagavad Gita course, which is starting on 17th.
Okay, very timely. What about a jihadi terrorist who is a radical Islamist?
Hope I'll survive.
Yeah, assuming that you survive, what will you tell him to bring him to bhakti?
Oh, Baap re Baap. So he's already jihad, he's a terrorist. He has a gun, he'll shoot.
Mm.
So better avoid. Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Because for them, their dharma is to shoot people and kill.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to talk much about them. Everybody knows, the whole world knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
So better avoid them.
Okay, okay.
Be careful, be careful.
Mm. Mm. What about a Christian, but fanatic type of Christians, who believe that Jesus is the only way? Either you perpetually enjoy in heaven or you perpetually rot in hell. What will you tell this person?
So the Jesus is the only way. So you start following what way he has given. The way what he has given is thou shalt not kill.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how Prabhupada used this word very, very.
Yes.
He said, yeah, you are saying I'm a Christian. So dude, follow it.
Mm.
It is the only way. Yeah, follow what he says. What your guru says, follow it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, thou shalt not kill.
Yeah. Okay. What about a Buddhist?
I'll ask him, what is your philosophy? And he would not be knowing what their philosophy is, because most of the Buddhists, they don't know what their philosophy is. They're atheistic. I met many Buddhists. They all talk about God, Buddha being God. And the same Buddha told there is no God.
Mm-hmm.
Their philosophy is atheism. And then say Buddha is our God.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody is a Buddhist.
Okay. What about if you meet a person who says Manava Seva is only Madhava Seva? There is no separate need to worship God and all. You just
Yes.
serve people, be a good person, and do good to others. That's it.
Yes. Manav Seva is Madhava Seva. And my question is, what is Manav Seva?
Mm-hmm.
A blind person, by doing some eye camp, you give them eyes so that he can watch pornography.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Manav Seva?
Mm-hmm.
So the Manav Seva is Madhava Seva. And the Manav Seva is to engage Manavas in Madhava Seva.
Mm-hmm.
That is called preaching.
Mm-hmm. I like the connection there. Okay. What about if you met somebody who is into all this black magic, tantric kind of worship?
I have never met anybody like that, but still, you can say the biggest ghost is Bhukti Mukti Spriha.
Mm-hmm.
The desire for sense enjoyment is the biggest ghost. Mukti, desire for liberation, is the biggest ghost.
Okay.
So, do you have any mantra to remove these two ghosts? I'll ask them.
Okay.
Then they would say no.
Mm.
I'll give one mantra for it.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai. What about if you meet somebody who believes in God, but their understanding of God is he's some high energy, some superior power?
Definitely, I'll be very happy to meet such a person and just ask one question. You talk of energy, some energy, but where is that energy coming from? Who is controlling that energy? If there is energy, there should be an energetic person. They would just say nature and ask whose nature. That's all.
Okay. What about if you met somebody who is a dry intellectual? They will go on saying this, that, somewhere and all, always on the tangent.
Yeah, we will also go along with them, their intelligence. For their intelligence, you have to be more intelligent. For everything they say, you have a question for them. Trap them and defeat them, make them humble. Because without making a person humble, or because without person being humble, he'll not be able to receive knowledge.
I like what you said. For every argument of theirs, have a question. You didn't say have an answer. You said have a question.
Yes.
Nice. What if you met somebody who is religious but not spiritual? There are many people like this.
I would engage their religiosity in getting the Sukruti to attain Krishna's mercy and to become spiritual. So somebody is religious, then okay, they are into Go Seva, then we would say that, oh, now Pitru Paksh is coming, Magh Mas is now happening, Shakar Shekaranti is there, why don't you donate for the Brahmana Bhojan so that your Pitris will be delivered and that and this. You say that. And then they would give some donation and they come to the temple to perform a ritual. And then they say, all these things will happen only when you pay obeisances to Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, going to hear Bhagavatam. They engage this religious mind and so that they get the association of devotees.
If you met somebody who is big time into meditation, but they meditate on some kind of a light.
Those who say that I do meditation every day, I have a simple question to them. What do you meditate on? And I say, why only you? Everybody is meditating. And so a young boy is meditating on a young girl whom he is in love with. So the object of meditation, once you ask that question, they're all bowled.
Okay. Oh, finally, what if you met actually a devotee only, but still they are materially attached?
So it's his guru's job to get them out of, at least he's practicing pure devotional service, or at least practicing some bhakti angas. Everybody is there in different stages. So help them to overcome their deficiencies. They cannot force. At least they are in the path of devotion. You should be respected for it. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you, Maharaj. Narad Muni, out of his compassion to Prachina Barhi and of course his compassion to all of us, he's given such a powerful allegorical story of Puranjana, and our acharyas, out of their compassion, they have given the deeper meaning or the philosophy within the pastime. And you, out of your compassion, you have taken the time out, and with your generosity, you have shared those meanings with us in a way that is very easily we are able to understand. So as always, week after week, for your generosity of time and wisdom, very grateful. Thank you so much, Maharaj. So Hare Krishna, everyone. There we go. So we are just beginning here. Of course, I know it was quite a lot today itself, but there are 4 more chapters. Next week, when we come back, we will see that Puranjana is going to go for a hunting expedition into the forest. But however, he is going to go without the permission of Puranjani. And Puranjani is not going to take it very well. So how she is going to react and how Puranjana is going to pacify her and how this whole story is going to move forward. So I am super excited to continue this journey. I'm sure you are too. So please join us on this journey. Come back next Saturday. So we will continue with our 66th episode of Pariprashna. Until then, as always, stay inquisitive and stay Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.